Oh, I can't hear you, Mark.
Good afternoon,
there
everyone.
You go.
Welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Susan, it's amazing how good 25 degrees feels.
Oh, isn't it incredible? It feels like we're turning a corner here. Things are trending in the right direction.
They are. We'll get to the weather in a bit, but first, here's what's making news on this Thursday. A well-known disc jockey in the area is accused of possessing child pornography.
The Wisconsin Badgers football team says fans will be allowed inside Camp Randall this fall, but how many will depend on the state of COVID-19 in the area.
And the Biden administration is trying to overhaul the country's immigration system and build a path to citizenship for unauthorized immigrants.
But first at 4, we start with breaking news just into our newsroom.
The UK variant of COVID-19 has been detected in Dane County. Public Health Madison and Dane County officials say someone with no recent travel history outside of Dane County has contracted B117, otherwise known as the UK strain of the coronavirus. Researchers believe the strain can spread more easily and more rapidly than the original strain. Dane County health officials say they've been expecting the variant to show up in Dane County at some point. So far, 6 cases of the UK variant have been found in Wisconsin. We'll have more on the pandemic coming up in a few minutes, and later on, we'll also talk with our Dr. Zorba Pastor about this, and he'll take your questions live. Well, a popular local radio personality is arrested on tentative child pornography charges.
Eric Franke is in the studio with more details about the investigation surrounding Jackson Jones. Eric?
Susan and Mark, certainly a shock to listeners of Q106 to learn of the arrest of the popular morning show host Jackson Jones today. The 40-year-old, his real name, Matthew Bradshaw Jones, hosted the country station's morning show and devoted much of his time off air to charitable causes. He was booked into the Dane County Jail last night just before 9 p.m. after a search warrant was executed in a Mount Horeb home. The chief there telling us the department is in the process of, quote, finalizing reports and finishing up the case. We are told several electronic devices were taken into evidence. Jones was not listed on the Q106 website as of this morning. Social media accounts were also not active, and the Q106 parent company Midwest Family Broadcasting has not responded to our request for comment. Mark and Susan.
Thank you, Eric. Switching gears now, we've got a sign today that we might be headed to some sort of normalcy in 2021. UW-Madison wants fans back in the stands at Camp Randall this fall.
Their goal is to fill the stadium to capacity if it's safe to do so. Adam Duxter is live from Camp Randall with what this could mean for the community as a whole. Adam?
The athletic department admitted today it's going to be difficult to predict exactly where we are against the fight of COVID here in Wisconsin 6 months from now, but they're hopeful that fans here back at Camp Randall is a part of that, and not just a limited crowd, but a full stadium if possible. And that's a big change from what we saw in 2020 when Camp Randall sat empty for every home game, which economic analysts say costs the overall area $16 million of local revenue for each home game. And while there's a number of reasons as to why UW Athletics is hopeful to get crowds back, the overall economic impact is a big one.
Heart goes out for all of those businesses and hotels and restaurants that have been hurting because of today's reality. You know, we have a desire to get back to where we were for the health of our community, for the health of our department.
And again, Deputy Athletic Director Chris McIntosh told reporters today this isn't a plan per se, but rather their hope for the 2021 home football season. And we'll share exactly why that's got those who care about downtown Madison so excited tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
Oh, it is exciting just to think about that. Adam Duxter live at Camp Randall. Thank you, Adam. And as Adam mentioned, the number of people allowed in the stands at Camp Randall could depend on how many people in the state are vaccinated and how much virus is spreading in the community. Cases are heading in the right direction right now. It's been a week without state health officials announcing more than 1,000 cases. Just over 700 cases were reported in the last day or so. 18 more people have died. It's been a slow week of vaccinations across the state, but things did pick up in the last day with nearly 41,000 people receiving their first shot.
Here's where vaccines stand right now. About 13% of the state's population has received their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Only about 5% of the state has completed the vaccination process. Things are moving along in Dane County as well. Around 16% of the county's 500,000 residents have received at least one dose. Around 7.5% of them have completed the process.
The president and vice president received a closed-door COVID briefing this morning as the administration continues its push to rally support for its $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Vice President Kamala Harris is meeting virtually with members of Congress and business leaders to discuss how the pandemic has disproportionately impacted women in the economy.
Last February, around 5 million women were business owners. And 2 months later, by April, 1 in 4 had closed their doors.
Government statistics show since the start of the pandemic, more women have been laid off or left the workforce compared to men. Lawmakers say they are still on track to vote on the president's coronavirus relief package as early as next week in the House before sending it to the Senate for consideration.
UC Davis Medical Center near Sacramento has achieved herd immunity with more than 80% of the staff fully vaccinated. Back in December, the hospital had more than 200 employees out because of the virus. As of yesterday, that number was down to 10. And it's not just UC Davis's health system. Across the University of California health system, cases among health staff dropped from 431 per week to 171 per week. Now, even though they've achieved herd immunity, they're still doing temperature checks, wearing masks, and social distancing everywhere.
Happening now, more snow is blanketing the Northeast in what forecasters are now calling a long duration event. By the time it's over tomorrow, that part of the country could get another 8 inches of snow. Way below average temperatures are still crippling parts of the South, especially Texas. Power outages there dropped below the 500,000 mark for the first time in 4 days, but many people are still without safe drinking water.
It's been really rough just to try to stay warm, and I've just been really worried about water more than power.
And while many Texans struggle with the weather, photos on social media showed Texas Senator Ted Cruz heading to Cancun. He issued a statement saying that he was accompanying his daughters on a trip to Mexico and is returning today. Extreme weather has been blamed for more than 30 deaths this week, most from traffic accidents and carbon monoxide poisoning.
On the other hand, pretty quiet around here. Temperatures on the rise.
Yeah.
Sure, people taking advantage of that. The weather.
I would say so.
Yeah, Austin is at home with our weather this Thursday. How are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty fantastic myself. It's not as brutally cold as what we have seen over these last few weeks. In fact, we're looking pretty good outside right now. You were mentioning earlier on in the broadcast that 25 degrees just feels amazing. And sure enough, that's exactly where Madison is right now. 25 degrees, even down around Janesville. We're up to 27. So we're really seeing those warmer temperatures, and it feels excellent outside. But just another reminder, this is still a good 5 to 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. Now you take a look at our Doppler track, and we're actually looking pretty good to go again here locally. There was a little bit of some lighter snowfall that passed through the Chicago area earlier on in the day, but here, no, we didn't see any of that. In fact, we did end up seeing quite a bit of some sunshine outside as well. You're taking a nice look at Platteville right now, where you're seeing all the beautiful sunshine, and that will be sticking around here for much of the rest of today with some clouds here and there. A good day that we can say variable clouds overhead. Now, 3 things to know. Friday and Saturday, we are going to see a little bit more sunshine. I'm going to say Saturday will be the day that we will see most of our sunshine over these next 2, but still expect at least a little bit of it here for tomorrow. Mid-30s at times for next week, and also light snow accumulation is going to be possible on Sunday. So we're finally warming things right back up, but yet again, we do still have those few chances for some lighter snow showers and even some light snowfall accumulation. Now, taking a look at our firstborn traffic right now, still looking pretty good to go overall. Nothing major that we're currently looking at right now, just some of those slowdowns, still a few slick spots here and there. So that's going to be our main concern here going forward. And again, more snow coming on Sunday. I'll have details on how much we're expecting right now. That's coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Austin. City of Madison officials would like to see the city's streetery program continue until at least April of 2022.
We're very hopeful that given the number of businesses that took advantage of streetery this past year, that as soon as we have warm weather, which will hopefully be here soon, businesses will be able to get out there and operate their streeteries and have that socially distanced outdoor dining that is really critical during this pandemic.
Next week, the Common Council will consider extending the ordinance that allows restaurants to expand their outdoor dining capacity onto public sidewalks and on-street parking areas. With indoor dining discouraged during the pandemic, many restaurants have said the program has helped them get by. Common Council has already waived sidewalk cafe and street vending fees for restaurants citywide.
Today in Milwaukee, community leaders asked the public to support a task force's efforts to create a bronze statue of Vel Phillips on the state capitol grounds. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett shared that he was privileged to know Phillips and viewed her as an inspiration, a role model, and friend.
She was engaged and committed to fighting for justice in our community throughout her entire lifetime. She forged her own path, many times cutting down the trees herself to build the road, blazing a trail for others to follow.
Today is Vel Phillips' birthday. She passed away in 2018. Phillips has a long list of firsts. She was the first African-American woman to graduate from the UW Law School, the state's first African-American judge, and the first person of color elected to a statewide office. A statue in her honor would be the first to memorialize a person of color on the Wisconsin Capitol grounds. The Vel Phillips Task Force is looking to raise $250,000 to fund the statue. So far, they've raised more than $125,000. If you'd like to donate, we have a link on our website, channel3000.com.
The White House and congressional Democrats are revealing their sweeping immigration bill today. It would offer a pathway to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants. California Congresswoman Linda Sanchez introduced the bill in the House, and New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez will introduce it in the Senate next week. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
Congressional Democrats have unveiled the White House-backed U.S. Citizenship Act, a sweeping immigration overhaul bill that would offer a path to citizenship for roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants.
We are confident that we can get this done. The American people support this. It's long overdue. Millions have been waiting for relief.
The proposal would automatically make farm workers, temporary protected status holders, and undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children known as dreamers eligible for green cards. After 3 years, they could apply for citizenship. And it would establish an 8-year path to citizenship for all other eligible undocumented immigrants who arrived in the U.S. by January 1st. They would need to undergo background and national security checks, as well as file taxes and pay application fees.
We maximize the ability of finding pathways for people to make themselves right with the law.
Democrats have the majority in the House, but over in the Senate, under current rules, at least 10 Republicans would have to back the plan and would likely push for border enforcement and a more narrow focus.
We'll have to deal with a secure border and make sure the magnets to track another way are dealt with.
Top Democrats in the White House have indicated a willingness to tackling immigration reform through smaller measures.
There are others who want to do piecemeal, and that may be a good approach, too. That's up to the Congress to decide.
It's been more than 3 decades since Congress passed major immigration reform. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And today, the Biden administration also issued new guidance for deportation enforcement agents. ICE officials are being instructed to focus on arresting immigrants who pose a national security or public safety threat, and those apprehended near the border on or after November 1st of last year. Well, still to come at 4, Perseverance has landed.
Boy, it's a day of firsts for NASA as the rover lands on the surface of Mars. We'll have more on that when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
To the thousands of Herzing University nursing and healthcare alumni, for your tireless commitment, and to all of your brave colleagues across America, we say thank you.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Still a traffic jam. Just better views. Still your to-do list. Just getting more done. Still packing up. Just a little easier. The Chevy Silverado, making life's journey just better.
Right now, get $4,250 cash allowance on this 2021 Silverado. Plus, eligible GM credit card members get an additional $1,000 in bonus earnings. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Wipe the slate clean for 2020 and start on a lasting career at Herzing University. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. It's possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Call or click today.
Well, millions of people are working from home because of the pandemic.
The good news is they don't have to commute anymore, but that can actually be a bad thing in some cases. Danielle Parada's morning commute starts like many. She leaves her house and stops for a cup of coffee. The teacher and tutor then heads right back to her job, not at school. She actually goes right back home for another day of working remotely. We can relate to this, can't we? So once a week, Parada does something that's known as a fake commute.
I'm doing it online at home using Zoom. So still doing a lot of the things I was doing before, but now through a computer screen. And I feel like being in the house all the time, there were days that would go by that I was just like, wow, I haven't left the house in 5 days.
Research shows that this idea of segmentation, so keeping work and home life separate, tends to have some beneficial effects for work-life balance.
Shockley says the fake commute can help people clear their minds, and it doesn't have to be a drive. Just taking a short walk can give you the same benefits. New at 4, a diverse cast of characters made a virtual appearance at a congressional hearing today into one of the biggest stock market dramas of the year.
Lawmakers are looking into the rise and fall of GameStop, whose stock soared 1,600% before crashing back down to earth. Keith Gill may be better known by his online alias, Roaring Kitty, the name he used during the GameStop trading frenzy. Gill mobilized an army of investors through the Wall Street Bets group on Reddit, whose CEO defended the platform's role in the January drama. Much of the buying happened on the Robinhood trading platform, whose CEO faced pointed questions from the House Financial Services Committee.
I don't have time. I just need a yes or no answer.
Why did Robinhood restrict the buying but not the selling?
Vlad Tenev told lawmakers when the app halted buying at the height of the run-up, it was not to protect the hedge funds who had bet against the stock and were losing billions. At its height, GameStop stock topped $480 per share. Today, it's hovering closer to $40. The Labor Department released its new jobless report this morning. It says another 861,000 people filed for unemployment benefits for the first time last week. That's nearly 100,000 claims more than economists predicted. The numbers jumped even higher when you include those filing for benefits through the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. More than 516,000 Americans filed for PUA benefits. That brings the total of first-time claims filed last week to 1.4 million. And those jobless jobless numbers sent stocks lower. The Dow Industrials lost 119 points, its first decline in 4 sessions. The Nasdaq gave up 100 points. The S&P 500 was off 17. Well, NASA's newest Mars rover named Perseverance successfully arrived on the red planet today, beginning an historic mission.
Chris Martinez shows us why the space agency says this visit to Mars is so important.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
After a nearly 300 million-mile trek through the stars, NASA's Perseverance rover is now safely on the surface of Mars. Minutes after it touched down, the rover transmitted its first photo of the Martian surface back to Earth, signaling it's ready to begin its mission.
Part of what we're doing is kind of paving the way for human exploration. Right?
Gregory Villar is part of the team that spent years plotting the riskiest moment of the latest Mars mission, the landing, a 7-minute white-knuckle event. Mission managers say that landing Thursday afternoon went entirely as planned.
This is so exciting. The team is beside themselves. It's so surreal.
With Perseverance now on Mars, the car-sized robotic spacecraft will begin one of its primary jobs, searching for signs of life. The rover is looking for evidence of long-dead microscopic organisms that may have thrived on the planet billions of years ago. To do that, Perseverance will drill into the ground, collecting Martian rock and dust samples NASA hopes to one day return to Earth.
The Mars Sample Return Project, of course, is probably the most challenging thing we've ever attempted within NASA. We are hoping to learn if life ever existed in the ancient past on Mars.
The Perseverance mission is also tasked with another first, exploring the planet's surface from the air, thanks to a drone helicopter named Ingenuity. With their numerous cameras and sensors, the drone and rover will study the climate and geology of Mars, helping scientists as they plot manned missions to the planet in the years ahead. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Really is.
I watched it live this afternoon. It was just thrilling. NASA's latest trip to Mars is one of 3 ongoing missions to the red planet.
Both China and the United Arab Emirates also launched spacecrafts to the planet last July. Well, still to come at 4, it's a rainbow connection, igloo style.
We'll head to Minnesota for one woman's mission to make the most of winter. Stay with us. Live at 4 continues right after this.
Eat, play, golf safely at Vitence Golfland. Surfaces in the grill and bar, the heated outdoor golf suites, and indoor miniature golf course are treated with Biodome for long-lasting surface protection, and face masks are worn by staff. Make reservations for the Vitence Golfland golf suites and indoor miniature golf at vitence.com.
Stop into Rubens today for our annual dining sale. Save up to 40% on fine dining. Rubens has beautiful dining room tables, chairs, and buffets for your home. Choose from sleek, modern dining imported from Italy. Solid birch dining in all finishes and sizes. Invest in heirloom furniture. Rubens has many dining tables and chairs in stock for immediate delivery. As always, Rubens designers offer free design service. Come in today for Rubens' annual dining room sale on now.
Doing what we love can be painful. Introducing Aspercreme with essential oil. Now calming lavender oil is combined with fast-acting lidocaine for lasting relief. New Aspercreme with essential oil.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
The indoor miniature golf course at Vitense Golfland is a safe, fun putting experience. Face masks are worn by staff. Biodome for surface protection is applied to putting and play areas. Visit Vitense.com for a tee time or just stop in to play indoor miniature golf at Vitense Golfland.
Well, take a look at this video shot on Lake Fossey Point in Louisiana shows an unusual scene, trees covered in ice. Temperatures were not predicted to rise much above freezing across a wide area today, followed by another night of frigid temperatures. So this scene might not change for a while. Today is very surreal for sure. Cold all over them. Here's Austin.
Yeah, cold all over, that's for sure. But here we're starting to actually see the trend of a warm-up. So make sure you stay tuned right after the break. Have a look at your full forecast with a warm-up and a snow chance included.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cashback on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
There's nothing like the smoking good taste of award-winning beef butter barbecue. Melt in your mouth Texas smoked brisket right here in Madison. Order for delivery or takeout and see the world's first 20-foot takeout conveyor, delivering barbecue right to your car window. You can also get touchless catering and packaged meals for business or special events. Now through February 28th, go online and nominate Beef Butter Barbecue for the Best of Madison 2021. Best barbecue, best curbside pickup. Visit beefbutterbbq.com today.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 Best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
welcome back. Now, again, it's been very cold outside, but we're starting to finally change that trend. Seeing those warmer temperatures and, hey, a little bit of sunshine on top, never going to hurt anybody outside there. Live in Madison, this view right now looking gorgeous out there. Temperatures recovering, but compared to what we've seen all month, I mean, it's been an extremely cold month. You take a look at your screen right now, we're at about 18 degrees below where we should be in the entire month so far. Some days we're even around 30 degrees colder than what they should be. So that's what we have been dealing with. Now we're starting to see those warmer temperatures returning again. As we mentioned earlier, 25 degrees feels just amazing outside. But again, we are below average still. So another quick peek at your temperatures. Out west, it's actually quite a bit chillier. We are still seeing some of those upper teens as well. Boscobel right now at around 25, however, so starting to warm things right back up. Then you look at our wind speeds. They're really not that bad, just around 5 miles per hour. Now, Janesville is up to around 8. That does seem to be the exception. And notice where we're actually seeing our calm spots. That means that we're not going to see those wind chills dropping. Other areas that are seeing those lighter breezes, it does make it feel like it's actually down in the teens. Look at Wisconsin Dells down to around 15 degrees right now for those wind chills, and Mineral Point at right around 14. Now our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook also looks pretty fantastic. We will take this, especially because of how cold it has been here for this month so far. But again, it does look like here between around February 24th and 28th, we're looking at some above average temperatures, and that is in our 10-day forecast. I'll have details on that in just a moment. But then you looked at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, a little bit farther out, still much of the same. This is where we're still looking at those slightly warmer than average temperatures, but for the most part, most of those days are going to be right around average. But our average temperature today is 32 degrees. That average does continue to rise. We're getting about a degree or two each week as of right now. And look at this, Tuesday, Wednesday, upper 30s, possibly even reaching some low 40s for some of our southern communities. So we're really going to start to warm things up. It will start to feel pretty excellent outside. In terms of snowfall, not really expecting too much here for today. Again, you do have some sunshine overhead. It looks great out there, but our next snow chance, that looks to be on Sunday. Now we're going to start to see that moving through, especially in the afternoon hours. Right at around noon and afterwards, we're going to start to see that lighter snowfall, and this will be also cleared out by the time we do end up reaching Monday morning. So we're not expecting a ton of overall snow with this, but enough to cause issues on some roadways, and that will probably be our main concern. Now you end up looking at what we're seeing with our future track with snow here, about 1 to 3 inches here for most of our communities. So that's our latest bet. We still are expecting a few changes here and there, but overall this isn't looking like a major storm that is going to roll through the area. You look at the 7-day forecast, it still does look pretty nice, especially once we make it to the beginning of next week. The upper 30s and possibly again low 40s. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few of those on our map. I would love to see that personally. Right now though, I'm all for the warmer temperatures personally.
I think you and everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you have your windshield wiper fluid filled on that day.
Yeah, it's going to be a little messy.
Yeah.
All right, Austin, thank you. Roll with the punches and make the most of it.
Those rules and more apply to a family in Lakeville, Minnesota, where temperatures are bone-chilling these days. And as Boyd Hoopert reports, the family figured out how to turn frigid into fun.
On summer days, positive people make lemonade from lemons. But these days,
-10.
Neighborhoods need a Jessica Montenegro to make rainbows from ice.
We've been loving the negative weather.
Temperatures down, and Jessica up to her neck in cold snap creativity.
You just really have to pack it in good.
An igloo also teaching lessons
You want to come in here, guys?
to Jessica's sons.
We're trying to find some more icicles. Oh, yeah. Let's embrace every season, every temperature. Here's some freezing here.
Food coloring ice blocks made in cake pans.
Open it up a little bit. Voila.
Mortar made in buckets.
So yeah, slush. Yep.
And magic made below zero.
Probably 2 minutes to freeze, yeah.
It's all done. We're gonna eat pizza in it.
We're gonna have the pizza delivery guy deliver it to the igloo.
In summer, Jessica's known to her neighbors for elaborate driveway chalk murals.
It's just an extension of sidewalk chalk, basically, yeah.
Makes the neighborhood a nice place to be.
A ray of positivity.
At least we have the sun.
For Jessica Montenegro, even on the coldest of days, the pluses outweigh the minuses.
I think it's gonna be really cool.
Boyd Hoopert, KARE 11 News, Lakeville.
She's got a lot of time on her hands.
That is a super mom with
that really is.
two little future engineers, too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, there's more to come at 4 coming up. Next, we're going to talk to Dr. Zorba Pastor, and later on, take your coronavirus questions.
And then coming up tonight at 5, the governor sits down with our Naomi Coles, how he's responding to Republican accusations that his budget is full of divisive policies. That's at 5.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dalgalac Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dalgalac Soft Chews.
Life has changed over the past year, but what hasn't changed is Meineke continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. Make an appointment now and save $10 on all oil change packages. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Steinhafels is your mattress destination. Right now, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable base sets and get your choice of these Apple products or $300 in Steinhafels cash. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are the most recommended bed in America, and queen mattresses start at only $20.99. With Steinhafels' special 60-month financing and free delivery, it's even more affordable. So shop Steinhafels, save big, and get a great night's sleep. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this winter without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate. And Carrier energy-efficient systems can help reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, turn to your Carrier expert.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, they're iced up in the winter, they're foggy in the summer. Chips, cracks, and sags can be quite a bummer. If you're not sure, then look for these clues, 'cause you may suffer from the vinyl window blues.
I'm Scott, the window guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our windows don't ice up, fog, chip, crack, or sag because we use a solid core composite frame that's 400% stronger than vinyl. Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Tonight at 5, after a year of no fans, Wisconsin Badger supporters will be able to watch games this upcoming football season at Camp Randall. What plans are in place this fall? That's ahead at 5.
Temperatures should continue their slow trend upwards as we head into the weekend. Light snow with minor accumulations are expected Sunday afternoon and night. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Adams County officials recruit UW-Madison students to help with a marketing campaign to boost tourism there. We'll have the story tonight. News 3 Now at 6.
There's a live look downtown at our frozen lake. That's a pretty shot. Winter can be beautiful.
Yes,
but
it can be.
We're looking for some open water, hopefully sometime soon. But I love that view. Right now, here's some good news. Flu activity is at its lowest in years.
Yeah, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it hasn't been this low since they started collecting data back in 2005. In the first week of February, just 4 people tested positive for flu across the entire country. The CDC says only 189 tests submitted to its surveillance program have come back positive this season. The agency says its possible coronavirus mitigation efforts have kept the virus at bay. Earlier this month, UW Health announced they've only had 1 positive flu test this season. We checked back today, and they said that hasn't changed. They usually have well over 1,000 cases at this point. The number of people getting their flu shot this season has helped drastically reduce those cases.
And doctors say the COVID-19 vaccine will do the same, but we need to get more people vaccinated as soon as possible.
Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us now with some good news about getting the vaccine and what the South African variant and the British variant could mean. Zorba, good to see you.
Hi, Zorba.
Good to see you guys.
So the British variant is now in Dane County. What does that mean?
Right. Well, the British variant and the South African variant appear to be coronaviruses, the COVID-19, that is more transmissible. Now, whether or not it actually is more dangerous has yet to be decided, but it definitely appears to be more transmissible, which is why it's important to, even more than ever, mask up, socially distance, wash your hands. Those things will still work. And it appears that the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines are still highly effective against them. And remember, when we look at effectiveness, we're looking at the ability to keep people out of the hospital. We're looking at to keep people out of the ICU. And right now, it appears that both these vaccines are still working for that. We need some more testing on it. And obviously, we're going to find that out over time, because this is becoming the dominant strain of the coronavirus.
Do you think the variants have the potential to undermine some of the progress that we've seen? And will the vaccines need to be modified to adjust to the variants?
Well, sure. Well, today Pfizer came out with the fact that they are tweaking the vaccine to see whether or not it does have to be modified. But right now it appears the vaccines will work. Now, once again, this is COVID-19. It's new science. We don't know. But I would say the vaccine is probably just as effective based on what we know today. And this is not unusual. This is what happened with the great influenza pandemic of 1918, 1919. You had the first wave of virus. The second wave was more transmissible. And then when enough people essentially got immune or got vaccinated, well, there's no vaccine, but got immune essentially through getting the virus, then the third phase is the virus was much less potent. So we shall see. The important thing is get vaccinated when it's your turn, as you can.
Any new information about side effects of the vaccine?
Absolutely. We now have enough people vaccinated to know what the risk is. The risk that you will be hit by lightning is 10 times greater than, or getting the vaccine is 10 times greater than getting hit by lightning. In other words, it's 1/10 the risk that you are ever going to be hit by lightning. So the fact is, if you're not afraid of storms outside, don't be afraid of the vaccine.
What about allergic reactions to it?
Well, mild allergic reactions are not, mild reactions, which are generally fever, chills, some pain at the site, those are very common. And when you look at the anaphylactoid reactions, which are the serious one, 75% of them occurred within 15 minutes. 75%. So like I said, you are 10 times more likely to get hit by lightning than have an anaphylactoid reaction from the vaccine. Therefore, don't read the fake news that you see on the internet. The vaccines are safe and effective, and they work.
So the biggest challenge right now is just waiting your turn.
Right, because we don't have enough vaccine. However, times are getting better. You got to wait your turn because they can only crank out so much vaccine and get it into the hands. I've been told that we really have, especially in Wisconsin, we've moved from number 34 to number 7 or 8 in terms of getting vaccines into the arms. So we've got our strategy in line to get it. We just need more vaccine through the federal pipeline.
All right, we're going to take your calls now. 270-9933 is the number to call to talk to Dr. Zorba Pastor with any questions you may have, and we'll get to your calls right after this.
It's your last chance for the biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin at Ashley HOMESTORE. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices and interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley HOMESTORE.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can take you to deep depressive lows, or give you unusually high energy even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
When it comes to 2020, it's time to wipe the slate clean and get a fresh start now at Herzing University. Earn the degree you need for a lasting career. Herzing is accredited, transfer-friendly, and offers you the personal care and support so important during these times. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. You've got a clean slate. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
The biggest President's Day Mattress Marathon sale ends Tuesday at Ashley HOMESTORE. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
And welcome back. First warn traffic. Just another peek. What we're looking at right now is main arteries looking good to go in and out of Madison. Much of the same down in Janesville as well. Really not too much to worry about on the roads here, especially the main roads going forward for the rest of today. But again, I'll have another peek of that next snow chance and the 7 to 10 day forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Austin, thank you. This man in China has some incredible driving skills. He's trying to back a van across a crudely made bridge with 2 logs spanning the gap over the channel. He has a little more control going in reverse because once the rear wheels are lined up, they're going to stay straight. At that point, he just needs to guide the front tires across. Slowly but surely, he incredibly gets to the other side. One of his secrets is to deflate the tires a little bit to help them grip and wrap around the logs.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't you just drive around?
Yeah.
Good for him. All right, it's time to get your coronavirus questions answered live.
If you have a question for Dr. Zorba Pastor, the number to call is 270-9933. And who is our first call?
Our first call is Sandy in New Glarus. Hi, Sandy. What's your question?
Hi. My question is, I've had both of the COVID-19 shots, and I didn't get a reaction from either one. Does that mean that the shot wasn't good, or I'm just okay?
No, it's absolutely great. Not everyone gets a reaction. And getting a reaction doesn't mean the shot is good. It just can be one of the side effects. But no, just like the influenza shot, lots of people don't get a reaction, and you are 95%, the chances of your getting serious case of COVID-19 are reduced by 95% or greater once you get the shot. So the fact is you are now immune as you will ever be.
Oh, that's good. Good for you, Sandy. Let's go to Linnea in Madison. Hi there. What's your question?
Yes, my son had his first vaccine on January 30th. In 5 days after that, he was tested for COVID and came up positive. He's now since recovered, but he is scheduled for his second vaccine shot this Saturday, the 20th. Should he get the vaccine?
Absolutely, 100%. We think the vaccines should be given exactly the way they are, 21 days or 28 days, depending on whether you have the Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccine. But the answer is yes.
All right, let's go to Jerry in Middleton. Hi, Jerry, what's your question?
Well, in order to visit my folks in the nursing home, excuse me, I have to have a negative COVID test. If I take the shot, am I going to show up negative or positive?
Oh, you will show up negative. The shot will not turn the nasal swab, which is what you take to see if you have COVID, will not turn it positive. Getting the shot has nothing to do with it. The negative test is to make sure that you're okay to go in there. And of course, once you're actually immunized, you still may need the negative test, but the chances, of course, are reduced by 95%.
Yeah, the shot is not a live virus.
The shot is not a live virus.
But can you test positive after you've received the vaccine?
Well, the answer is yes. We don't really know how many people after they get the vaccine may actually harbor COVID in their nose. We know it does happen. You're not likely to get sick. So the answer is yes. You still have to make sure you don't have COVID in your nose if that's what the rules are in the nursing home. Yes.
Got it.
The answer is you could harbor it and not get sick. And we don't know what the numbers are for that yet because we don't have enough information.
Right, and that's what our previous caller was referring to. Okay, let's go to Diane in Oregon. Hi, Diane. What's your question?
Yes, my son had COVID back in August, and he recovered. He was fine. But then months later, he got, like, something that looks like COVID toes, and he's still fine. But I'm just wondering, is that just something that could happen afterwards, or just another manifestation?
You know, if there's something abnormal and you're not sure what it is, that's when you should really call your doctor. Whatever symptoms he has may not be, quote, COVID toes. It may be something else. So this is really a call, a video call or a direct call is really important to find out.
Yeah, we still don't know all the long-term effects of this thing.
Not at all.
All right, let's go to Tom in Jefferson. Hi, Tom.
Yes, if you get both the vaccine shots, could you still get COVID or not?
It is reduced by 95%. So the chances that you'll get it, according to clinical studies, are only one chance out of 20. So in other words, if you're in a room with anyone. Now, let me explain something else. The CDC made a change in their recommendations. They said 2 weeks after your second COVID shot, the booster, if you are in a room with somebody with COVID, you do not have to then quarantine for 5 to 10 days afterward. So they think the risk then 2 weeks after the booster shot is very, very minimal in terms of actually getting COVID. And the question that you have is a really good question. And the answer is that's why we still have to take precautions.
Okay, let's go to Dennis in Lancaster. Hi, Dennis. What's your question?
Yes, my wife had a shot yesterday, and she never got out of bed all day today. Is that worse than some other ones, or is that okay?
No, that's definitely okay, but it's probably as a side effect from it. Her immune system is waking up, and as a result, she didn't get out of bed all day because she didn't feel very good. But that's okay. That means that she's actually getting an immune response. It's not a bad thing. It just means that's how her body is responding. So fluids, rest, Tylenol. If you have a fever, if you don't have a fever, you don't take Tylenol or ibuprofen, and just give it some time because that should pass.
And if you're not better in a few days, then maybe contact your doctor.
Absolutely.
All right, we are out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Zorba, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Zorba. Good to see you.
We'll see you next week, and we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback Event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
They faithfully serve the healthcare needs of our precious pets, but local veterinarians are struggling.
We've got this high increased demand of caseload, as well as a struggling workforce.
How COVID is creating a veterinary care crisis. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Friday,
morning. If your child is a fan of fairy tales and dancing, there's a unique opportunity here in the 608.
We'll give you an inside look at what the experience is all about. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
And welcome back. Just one more peek at what we have here for the next 7 to 10 days. Main concern right now, it's going to be some light snowfall here, especially by the time we do reach Sunday and Sunday afternoon. Now, this is going to mainly move through on Sunday, clearing out by the time we end up reaching Monday, but we're looking at around 1 to 3 inches to end up falling here by the time we do end up reaching Monday. So again, that is our main cause for concern currently. Other than that, though, we're going to see that big warm up, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. We're seeing a little bit of a heat wave here in southern Wisconsin. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I think we all are. All right, Allison, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, our canine correspondents, Louie and Oliver, have the top animal stories of the weekend. Michael Bruno goes behind the screens to check out Opera for the Young's virtual production of Hansel and Gretel. That's coming up tomorrow here on Live at
4. Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee.
Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
The Great American Sales Event at your local Ford store has just been extended. Don't miss out on 1,000 President's Day cash on top of other offers on Ford F-150. With deals on America's workhorse, now's a great time to buy. Hurry in or shop online before March 1st. That's right, we've added days to get 1,000 President's Day cash on a 2020 Ford F-150 for $7,250 in total value. Hurry, the Great American Sales Event ends soon.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
In today's Final Touch, we have the perfect spot for a little getaway.
Though for some, it might be a bit too much. The terrifying home of Silence of the Lambs' fictional serial killer, Buffalo Bill, is now going to be a B&B. The Pennsylvania home featured in the famous movie's chilling climax was sold recently and will now host overnight stays for brave guests. Makes sense, after all. You can't spell Buffalo Bill without B&B. The 4-bedroom